well, start of year, end of year review.
Is my logo in there?
Your logo is in there, yeah.
Weekend Offender. Big shout out to Weekend Offender. Big shout out to Aaron.
Let's start with this year before we go into last year. How are you feeling in this year? Because you had a lot of success last year and your gym's full. I noticed yesterday it's absolutely thriving in here. You've got guys going in championships and lots of exciting things for people this year.
Yeah, started off good. There's some good news going to be coming very shortly. Hopefully, if everything goes to plan, we should have some big news. Regarding this year going forward, last year's last year. Last year's gone. I don't live on last year. That's the reason why I keep striving to go forward. I don't look at what I've achieved. But I should sometimes sit back and think to myself, you know what, yeah, I've done really bad for a kid that's come from where I've come from. So really, yeah, I should sometimes give myself a pat on the back, but I've got no time for that. I'm still moving. Got to keep this thing moving, Well, sometimes people should sit back and think, you know what, yeah, I've done all right for myself this year. Or I've done all right in life. People don't, sometimes in life, people don't even take time to sit back and think, let me take myself out of that space, take myself out of the box and look back into the box and see what you've done. Sometimes you need to do that. There's a lot of kids out there. There's a lot of, not just me, there's Spencer Ferrin that's done it. There's Tundi, understand? Coach G. And I'm picking on these people for the simple reason that, they haven't been given nothing either. We've all had to strive to get to what we've done. It's took us years and years and years. And I'm only just starting to break through the ice now. So, it's good.
I think that's an interesting point because a lot of the work that was done years ago in boxing was never documented on social media. It wasn't around. No. And even when you talk about people like Tunde and stuff, he was in corners years ago. I spoke to him on the phone about that as well. So big shout out to those guys. Yeah, and obviously you've been here since 1997. So,
like I said, it's starting to come to fruition. Like I said to you, it takes that long. To be fair, I've had champions before this. Understand? I've had champions before this. Myron, my nephew, was a world champion, world junior champion. So, it's not new to us. Ryan, Dave Ryan, champion, Commonwealth champion, and WBC international champion. I've had champions before this. Understand? I've worked with really good fighters along my way. But it's good to have. Like I said, it takes this long because you've got to build them yourself. Because little old Derby ain't going to get nobody going to come to you unless you can prove what you're worth. Understand? And like I said, we build them from the ground up. That's always been my motto.
Yeah, it's people like Jermaine Smiley, Matt Haney. There's loads of champions.
Yeah, even Juliet Winter. Like I said, I had 4 professional girls before these women were on about. I had 4 professional women in England. Yeah, there's only 6 in the country. 4 of them was in my gym. That tells you, I run things right on time.
The start of 2023, obviously you're grinding in the gym, and then we had our first home show. We moved venues from Pride Park down to Arliston Hall. Yeah. Good turnout for the first show. You had Gene on that show, who won a East Midlands Championship belt. Yeah,
Gene's a very, very good fighter. Loads of potential. Could do with a sponsor to so he can pursue his ability. And like I said, there's nothing worse than potential, than wasting potential. Understand? Talent's one thing, potential's another. That means you've got talent. You know what I'm saying? Don't waste your potential.
What do you think going back to that fight? Because he's had tougher fights more recently, but that fight style-wise was quite tricky for him.
Yeah, but Gene's more of a pro anyway. He's only starting to get warmed up about round 3. Understand? So when it comes to amateur boxing, you're trying to cram 12 rounds into 6 minutes or 9 minutes, whether it is. So it's a pace that you're going to go at. That's not you got a chance to set things up. You've just got to go to work.
I like how you looked at Chad to say 9 minutes on that one as well.
Yeah, Chad likes a 9-minute fight.
So yeah, for those watching as well, Chad's is behind us as well, just trying to hold it in. Karam, Charlie and Ollie. So Ollie had his debut on that show. Karam fought well on that show, and also Charlie as well fought to a T to your instructions as well. So how do you reflect on that? Because the shows are building momentum.
Listen, the amateurs, they're all babies here, understand? But the babies, and they're doing things that, not all of them. Karim's a open class fighter, but regarding Charlie and Ollie, I think it's Ollie's second fight or third fight, something like that. But Ollie's a very big prospect. He's a good prospect, but like I said, prospects are prospects. It doesn't mean that you're actually going to do it. You've got to work hard at it and keep going at it and keep going and keep going. Some people get an easier ride than others. Some people have to work harder than others. But it's about who's around when you're around regarding fighting. You understand?
Cool. So that's the amateurs. Moving on to April, obviously, you had Sandy Ryan win a world title, your first world champion in the gym. Second, sorry, I do apologise, world champion in the gym. How do you reflect on that moment? Because it was a special moment, obviously, from a One Nation perspective.
Yeah.
The whole gym went down to support her as well and was all part of that moment.
Yeah, I think it was a very, very good moment, but if she couldn't beat her, and that's no disrespect to that Marie Hall, yeah, then she wasn't going anywhere anyway. And that's no disrespect to the win. I'm happy she won it, and she was ill as well. So really, it was about a 3-week camp, understand? And she still went out there and bossed it. So she was supposed to win that, understand? It's not something that I thought that she couldn't win. There's any way she was going to lose that is if she lost it. She won it, so of course I'm happy. It's the first. The difference between Myron winning a world title and her winning a world title, hers was on a massive platform. Myron's was a normal show. Understand? That's the difference. The platform was 2 different platforms. But I'm happy. I'm happy for Derby. Happy for her to get the win, to be a world champion, and we'll move on.
And an emotional moment as well. I mean, Coogan, big shout out to Coogan Cassis as well, for capturing that moment in the change rooms afterwards. Because that, for me, I was watching from the gym, but also an outsider's perspective, them moments are priceless. And for you to say that you put all that time into somebody for them to go and achieve.
Listen.
And bring that back home.
Listen, I look at it like this, I do what I do. People like it, people don't like it. But I'm a proven trainer. Understand? I'm proven. Understand? Before Sandy Ryan doesn't, what's the word? There was a word I'm looking for. It'll come back to me in a minute. But I'd say that Sandy Ryan, very good fighter, very, very good fighter, and probably can be the world's best, And I feel it's a very special moment because she's been in the gym from she's been 13, and to take her to that stage, and like I said, the best performance she's had with me. So, you know what I mean? I hope she gets better performances. I hope she gets better performances, and I hope she goes on to do what she feels that she can achieve. She'll get what she deserves,
Yeah, and a special moment mentioned to you because, like we see in boxing, some coaches get given fighters and other ones build them. So to be around somebody that's building a fighter is very inspiring. So big shout out to yourself. We'll skip now to May, Australia. So you took a group of the amateurs out to Australia, and we can't tell them all the details of all the shenanigans out there, but at the end of the day, you took them over to another part of the world to experience a tournament over there, and you had a good laugh at the same time. Yeah,
it was good. It was good character building. It was good to get them to spend a lot of time with each other and go out there and represent One Nation in England. So, and they did a really good job of it. Understand? Was never going to get the rub of the green out there, really, especially if you're boxing an Australian. But all in all, we had Karim. He won the gold. He's a South Australia Gold Cup winner. So he won. We had Ollie that won. We had Shad that got a silver medal. Could have won it, but boxed really, really well. So for me, I'm happy with being able to go that far and take him there and everything sorted out. And big shout out to Jason Malloy and everybody in Australia for putting us up and give us a really, really good time and give us good accommodation, give us a vehicle to travel around in. To be fair, we couldn't have had any better. really looked after us out there. Would love to reciprocate the bringing back over here. Love to do that.
Yeah, man, big shout out to Jason as well for setting that up, because that's a one in a lifetime opportunity for some. Not every amateur.
Why didn't you
gets to
come? Why
travel.
didn't you come, by the way?
Another story, but yeah, thanks. It's another day. No, I was going to ask you.
He's talking straight off his
Took
line.
it straight off of there.
Yeah, it's like,
we're going to keep all of this in as well. So yeah. I wanted to ask you.
You haven't answered the question yet.
Huh? I was preoccupied. We'll use that one. I was going to ask you about that trip, so I wanted to ask you about a few of the amateurs on there.
Yeah.
Who would you say was the messiest person? Because there's always going to be one there.
Who was the I'll ask Shad. Who was the messiest person, Shad? Leesham. Leesham, that's my little nephew, you know. Yeah, my little family member. And what he did, he slept in my room, slept in our apartment, and went into theirs and ate everything out of theirs, and then come back to me. Man's got no manners, no behaviour. His grandma was here on the treadmill this morning. I had her on the treadmill.
I was going to say who's the prankster as well, but does he get that one as well?
No, we don't get that. No, we ain't got a game like that. The prankster has got to be Danny. Danny by far, definitely. Danny Addison. Danny's my boy still. Me and Danny like that. I'd say the one with no... Who? The one with no... Latty didn't do anything. Everything that he did, yeah, if he was cooking, he sat down, yeah. If he's washing up, he sat down. He never stood up for nothing, man. Unbelievable. And I played him at FIFA, by the way. Never played FIFA at all ever before in my life and got a draw. And this man has run up his mouth saying that he's got that he can do all the. He's better than anybody at FIFA. He couldn't beat me. Look, I didn't play. We digress.
Best dancer?
What's that? Best dancer, me by far.
You're not going to be able to see this, guys, but Chad's is behind us. He's not happy with that one. So.
I'm not giving it Chad's. Nah, no chance. He didn't do anything. Apart from wearing from Uncle Benny's hat. That stupid hat I had on.
And fighter of the tournament, would you say Karim for winning the belt?
I think Karim's got to get it for winning the belt, but I think performance of the night, probably I'd give it to James Reed. Because he boxed a really good, never done, open class kid, 3 threes, and put it on him, it could have gone either way. So I'd probably give James Reed the fight of the night, or performance. And sometimes, you know, you can win and lose. And he lost, but he won for me. You know what I mean?
You see that a lot in the amateurs, to be fair. Moving on to August now, Harry made his return after a frustrating time outside the ring, and it kind of shows that you've got to stay disciplined and stay in this game, aren't you? Because you're not always going to get the rub of the green.
You've just got to stay in the game. As soon as you pack up, you've finished. So
Channel 5 getting him back out in that, good opportunity for him as well.
Yeah.
Wouldn't say it's his best. He wouldn't say it's his best performance, but I think it was needed going into what he got later in the year as well.
Yeah, I think he just needs to knock some cobwebs off. And for me, that was probably my most... I was more nervous about that fight than when he actually boxed for the title. Because boxing for the title, you're boxing for the title. You can box a fight before and lose, then you don't get the title shot. So I was like, I didn't really want to take it, to be fair. But I was going, no, we'll take it. I went, you sure you want to do this? And he went, yeah, no worries. Fully. Yeah, so it was for me, it was nervous. Especially the first shot, he got hit. As soon as he came out, he got hit with a right hand straight away. I'm thinking, please, not on my shift. Not today, please. Please. I'm thinking, no, don't do this to me. Yeah? But like Dujon was a lot better than anybody gives me credit for.
Yeah, definitely, man. He was in a war the other day, actually, on another show.
Got beat? Did he get beat? I think he got beat.
He got beat, yeah, but it was a good fight, to be fair.
Tough kiddie box, I think.
Yeah.
Was it a Russian or some Polish?
Something like that, Eastern European, I think, yeah. Big support down there, though. The Derby fans pretty much took an over.
Yeah, Derby on
we've got
tour,
a video
mate.
on our socials, and they just took over York Hall.
Mate, we when we travel, man. We travel.
I feel like the momentum's built from that as well, where he's took even more to to when he won. But we'll get onto that fight as well. How proud are you of Harry for just sticking in there, because he's got other things he can do outside of boxing, but he's passionate about this sport and he's waited a long time for his opportunities.
You see the difference between Harry and a lot of fighters is that he understands, he does understand the game, and he understands that he knows he's put himself in a position where nobody wants to fight him. Nobody wants to fight him, nobody wants to sign him. Yeah? But we've waited and grinded it out and grinded it out, and we've got ourselves in position, then we've got a mandatory shot. So once you've got the mandatory shot, they can't take it away from you. You know what I mean? You're next in line. Understand? So, and the week of that fight, well, leading up to that fight, not just a week, I was saying to him, we can't lose this. You cannot lose this. You cannot lose this fight. You lose this fight, you think you're in the doldrums now, I should say. Wait till after if you don't get these belts. Nobody's going to want a piece of you, mate. They don't have to have you then. You've got your opportunities, you didn't take it. That's why you have to take these opportunities. It reminds me a little bit of Johnny Nelson when we were fighting. Johnny was with them, who needs him? Very capable of beating everybody. But it's like you're inviting somebody to a picnic, yeah? They're coming to a picnic with no food, yeah? And eating all your food and leaving. Because that's basically what you're doing, you know?
What do you think it is of Harry's? I think boxing's a small circle, so those who know, they know, don't they, how good a fighter
he sparred with a lot of kids, understand? And he's been in with a lot of kids. And he sparred with a lot of very good pros, world champions, and they all know that it's never an easy night with Harry. You've beat him, you're going to have to work for it. You ain't going to get nothing given to you with him. Right? I think people in the game know. That's it. Yeah? That's the reason why he's been held back. Yeah?
Moving on to like September, just quickly brush over this one. Obviously, like you went out, Sandy, to America. Mm-hmm. We all know you should have a unified champion over there as well, yeah. But how do you reflect on the whole experience as a whole? Because I know you've been involved in some big nights.
Listen, it was on the cards, that robbery, before the day before, when I got to the weigh-in, they're telling me that if there's any decisions that you're not happy with, there's nothing you can do on an eye, you're going to have to put a complaint in. That's what they were saying at the weigh-in. But, you know, you don't take nothing. Whatever, yeah, cool. But I thought it was a blatant robbery. But, like I said, there's nothing that we can do about it. We didn't judge it. All we can do is make sure that the fighter's ready to do their job and then leave it. The only thing you can do is take it out of the judge's hands by stopping them. I think if he boxed them again, she'd probably would stop her. But that's gone now.
I want to ask you a question on that. You take your fighters to big platforms, whether it's like an O2 or a Wembley or whether it's abroad or anything like that. How do you, and one of the things that you preach in the gym is like just to be yourself 100% of the time. Like there's nothing, not an environment that changes who you are as a person, whether it's high pressure, low pressure, 100,000 fans, 1,000 fans. Like, where does that mindset come from? Because the whole team, pretty much everyone around you is the same.
I think it comes from me, doesn't it? I think I set the precedent there. Because, yeah, people, listen, you see me fight day, you know what I'm like, you know, when it comes to fight day, you see me in the change rooms, yeah, and if things ain't right, I want everything perfect fight day. And I'll be kicking off. But once I've had that adrenaline boost, I'll come back down and good to go. Understand? But it always happens. Understand? Because I'm a fighter at the end of the day. And the gym, all gyms are what can I say? All gyms is me. My gym is me. How I am is how the gym is. Understand? And if you go to another gym, Ingle's gym is how Dominic is. It's that gym that'll have that Dominic vibe. It's got the Clifton vibe, yeah. Understand? Which is work hard, have fun, and go out to smash people up. Understand? And go out there to win. And me personally, I don't like leaving it to chance. And leaving it to chance is leveling the referee having or the judges. I like to knock them out. That's all I was about. Like, not everybody's going to knock everybody out. Nobody's going to knock everybody out. But like I said, I'm training for knockouts, then you don't have to be worried about getting robbed. At least try. No?
Well, it's something that you've practiced and preached as a fighter because you weren't really.
Damn right.
Killer right hand. One of your proudest moments of the year, Harry Scarf, obviously
that is probably my best win by far. By far, because the opponent was such a quality and rated fighter. Number 2 in the IBF, or number 3 in the IBF. Defended this title 5 times. Nobody could beat him. I just knew that Harry could beat him. And whether he would or not, it's another thing, isn't it? But knowing he can and doing it are 2 different things. But, you know, Harry was, what's the word I'm looking for? Possessed that night. He was possessed. And nobody was beating him that night. And like I said, he's only going to improve off that performance.
I think he was possessed weeks before then, to be honest with you.
Of course.
Once he had that locked in and he knew from even before the initial press conference, he was locked, and it helped that he was from down the road. It created a local.
I think, for me, I think Echo might not agree with me, but I think he got under Echo's skin a little bit. Understand? And I think the thing is that he never told any lies. Everything that he said to him, he believed in it, regarding that, you know, his bad management and why you're on the bottom table. You got 3 belts. They don't want anything to do with you. Like I said, he said, don't talk about my promoter. But to be fair, the promoter should have moved you on. You should have, and to be fair, you shouldn't have took that chance to lose your world rating. Should have gave it up because you won it. You didn't even have to buy one. You could have just kept the one you've got. So, like I said, you know, everybody does their things their way, and they probably really believe that they could have beat Harry. But I knew what Harry was all wrong for him. He's all, not just for Echo. He's all wrong for a lot of people, and you'll see coming forward. You'll see in the future, I should say.
What was the winning moment for you like? Because like that's going to stay there forever now, man.
Yeah, but you know, I'm never ever certain of the results because you never know what these judges are watching. I don't know what they're watching. I just wait for the decision. If they give it the other way, I mean, same old, you know.
When he come back, obviously, you brought the belts back to the city and you took him down to Derby County. I thought it was a special moment when he walked on the pitch and that, because he's a big Derby fan as well, and he's
lying. He's not. He's a fucking Sheffield United fan. Tell you, he's a Derby fan. No, he's a Derby fan, yeah. But his dad's a Blade, isn't he? They'll be playing us next season, so we can bring it out there, and you can on the home game, innit? So is my son. Oh, idiot. About Blade.
But yeah, no, walking on Derby and taking him East Midlands, it's kind of giving him the exposure he deserves, because he's been a long time in this game. He's invested a lot of time, hasn't
he? Yeah, but, you know, like I said, the key to this is staying true to the game and believing in what you're doing. The only time you lose is when you give in. Give in, you lose, don't you? Simple.
And I feel like Harry's just getting warmed up as well as a fighter. Like he is.
How can I put him? Harry finds his own way. He's one of them fighters, you know. I don't have to tell him too much. He's going to do his own thing anyway when he gets in the ring. I'll tell him the odd shot here or there, and I'll say keep your hands up and I'll shout things. But he's going to fight the way he wants to fight, how he sees fit. You know what I'm saying? Just hope it's. To be fair, you know, he's been doing it right, hasn't he? So.
Cool. Yeah, and then lastly, just to close, obviously you had another. Chad's is desperate for us to talk about him in the championships. So obviously we've done the whole thing of that kind of keeping things understated.
Yeah. We'll do it last. I can see you can see him at the back there laughing and stuff. Please, can I talk?
Turn the camera and show him.
Can I talk?
Yeah, he's desperate. So he brought his medal in today as well. So
it's funny, isn't it? And we couldn't talk yesterday. Now today he's got a voice. Isn't it? Yesterday he couldn't speak. He come in the gym yesterday and he was like, I can't talk. Annalise, can you just say something for me? That's what it was like.
If people
and today, man, see the camera, mate, it's all of a sudden when this man's voice is back, he should be singing in a choir.
Well, I was going to say, people that don't know Chads, and if you're unsure, if you're watching this from somewhere in the world or around the UK, you're not sure, well, we've got a video we can put in to show you exactly what Chads gets up to in his spare time, and that he's a pretty good dancer, to be fair. So, yeah, man. Last home show of the year, you had some debutants, you had a lot of Gene progressing, a few of the guys didn't get on, but how are you reflecting on some of the new boys coming through from the gym?
Well, like I said, we had 16 on and 16 of them, one side of the card was outside. Yeah, and that's how we're going to run it in all our shows. If you want to box on our show, you're going to box against one of our fighters. Simple. Because that's how we're running things. And I think we can match our fighters with fighters. If you're a novice, we can match you with somebody who's had 3 fights. Because by the time you actually get in the ring, you are going to be good enough to box someone that's had 3 fights. And I think that's the reason why we can push these kids a little bit further and take a little bit of a chance with them. Not too much of a chance, but like I said, if you've had won 1 and lost 2, and our kids had none, I'll put you in. Understand? Because you're sparring better than that here. Yeah?
Were you, I know you don't get too hung up on things, but you're proud of some of the guys because, I think it was Lucas had a really good performance on there, and the other kid, his name slipped my mind, he went first actually.
Who was it? Oh yeah, Kai.
Kai. Kai's one, yeah.
So. Yeah, Kai did well. He should have won. Fitness ain't good enough, but you know what? He's back here. He's working harder and trying to get fitter. And I think One Nation as a gym itself, we are the leaders, and we're not the leaders out of fluke. It's out of hard work and determination, and we're going to push forward and keep going forward. It's pushing this amateur. I'm really interested in the amateurs. I'm really interested in pushing them. We've had world champions, British champions, Commonwealth, European. We've had a couple of amateur champions, but I'm trying to get the big fish with amateurs now. That's why I'm trying to move them on to England, GB. I need one going to GB.
Cool. Before we get on to the Chad segment, yeah, we'll call it the Chad segment. Some of the social media content's gone mad this year, and a lot of people respect what you say. I think people who are watching this would agree with me saying one of your best traits is just being yourself and just keeping it real. Like there's no like amazing new formula to boxing. You just keep it old school, real, and what you know from your experience. So have you got a message for people out there who've kind of supported, followed, and kind of shared the content?
Yeah, thanks everybody that's watched our reels and our social media. Just keep liking and following and sharing if you can. And if all the ones that don't like it, keep telling me you don't like it. I'm happy. As long as you write something, I'm happy. But like I said, I'm very thick-skinned. I'm not bothered what people think. Understand? I just feel that I'm happy that we're doing something for the community. I'm happy that we're doing something for Derby, because I'm a true Derby man. And anything I can do to uplift this town, I will do. Yeah? Like I said, people that come to this gym, not all of them are going to make fighters, but there's a family in here. When you come in here, it's a good little vibe, you know? And that's why it's so busy, because people like it. Understand? And to train hard, to work hard, to have fun, we have a laugh. And we go places. Imagine, went to Australia. Imagine taking 12 people to Australia to a box cup. Most people just go to Poland or London, Haringey Cup. We went to Australia. Massive that is for an amateur club to go all the way there and participate and actually win, get silver, and represent England. So I'm happy. We've got some more things boxed off. I think we're going to do the Portuguese Box Cup as well in May. So that's another one we're looking at. But thanks again everybody for liking, subscribing, and just generally taking an interest in what we're doing.
Yeah, and I think testament to you, because the membership's gone from about 30 people to about 150 now, so it just says the proof's in the pudding. So yeah, thanks for everyone coming. Students, you've got a big crop of young kids now under the age of 10, 12? Listen, big class now.
I've got a little kid here, a couple of little kids here, yeah, that are going to come through. yeah, that if they keep improving the way they improve, and there's kids up and down the country, and that's what people fail to understand, that, you know, everybody said they've got the next world champion. We all think we've got the next world champion. His proof is in the pudding, like I said, but it's not, how can I put it? This is not a destination, it's a journey. Unless you've been on that journey before, you won't know the turns, the traffic lights, you know what I mean, the dead ends, you have to turn back and go again. So, you know, you've got to be in it a while to understand it. You have to be in it a while to understand it. And there's a lot of people, and let's get this right, it's not me. As such, you've got Mikey, you've got Lighty, you've got Frosty, all these people, Kenny even, understand? Paul Boyce, Brycey, yeah? All these are members of the coaching team, and they need a big shout out because Mikey's been with me from the start, and he's my number 2 here. Then you've got Frosty, the conditioning, lion, how can I put it, short, bold, white kid here that makes the most trouble you've ever come across in the gym. You are a troublemaker, Frosty, but I love you to pieces. And then you got Kenny the pad man, you know? Carlos, sorry. Sorry, it's Carlos, isn't it, not Kenny? I keep calling him Kenny. I call him Kenny because he comes from Kenya. That's the reason why we call him Kenny. But his name is actually Carlos. And yeah, Brycey, another one, another integral member of the team. So, and you've got to also, you know, without being too corny, you've got to give our partners respect for letting us do this. I'm in the gym all the time. I'm married to the gym all the time, me.
Spend more time here than at home.
Yeah, so, you know, you've got to give the wives a lot of respect because they get the brunt of all the bad moods we get when we go home and things ain't going right and we're spending too much time out of the house and spending time away from your kids and your family. So, you know, and it's not their dream, it's my dream. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think to close that off, One Nation is what it says on the tin. It's literally everybody from anywhere, and it's just one big family. Big up everyone. Make sure you subscribe, like the video, etc., and follow us on social media because we're just getting warmed up. We're going to do even more this year. And Clifton, any closing messages?
No, I'm done. Done. My closing message will be that if you know better, do better.